Yeah, happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Dollar Hour. I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. We got an awesome show planned for you guys tonight. Tonight we're discussing something that, I get asked this question a lot because I'm 100% self-employed now, but I actually was a business owner and had a job for over 15 years, and I was pretty successful doing both of them. And so people ask me a lot of insight in regards to entrepreneurship, starting a business up. How do you, do both? What are some of the steps you took to, try to handle both things? So I decided to make this show tonight. We're discussing how to make six figures in side hustles while holding a job. Again, we're discussing how to make six figures in side hustles while working a job. And I think that's most people out there in that part of entrepreneurship. You actually, you stuck your toe out there, you want to done bought you a little lawnmower, got you a pressure washer.
Right.
You done start making some cookies and cakes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you still have the security of your job. But at the end of the day, you want to be successful with it. So you're saying to yourself, look, how can I do this where I can actually take this side hustle next level, increase revenue, not necessarily even leave your job, but just make it where it's comfortable. Like, look, if I want to, I can make that move. And I want to give that, give you guys my story, my plan, what I actually do consulting work, and I explain to people how to make six figures in side hustle while working a job. Before we get started again, I am Deonte Burden, a.k.a. Mr. Short Dollar himself. Say what's up to my awesome producers, DJ Lab.
What's going on, brother?
And what's happening with you?
Another Thursday, best day of the week, right?
Hey, absolutely. Every day, all day.
Right.
And I also say what's up to my other producer, Slick316. What's going on, Reek?
What's going on, Rick? We already got a comment. The real Insane Wayne says, it can be done. Stay down till you come up. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Well, look, I hope I give everybody some good insight in regards to what I've my journey and what I actually have helped other people to do. Not necessarily, I don't necessarily know what people make. They never necessarily seen the bank accounts. But I think some people have been okay once they follow the blueprint. But if you got any questions, guys, remember this is a call-in show. The call-in number is 678-740-9894. Again, the call-in number is 678-740-9894 if you want to add to the discussion. Right now, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. The main hub is the Mr. Short Dollar YouTube channel, where we have over 600 videos on the YouTube channel where we cover entrepreneurship, personal finance, real estate investing, and investing. I'm forgetting some shit. But we talk a lot about business and money.
All that about money.
There you go. There you go. But definitely, regardless of what platform you are following us on, make sure you go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, make sure they'll be able to get a notification, and take advantage of all the great information that we do have on the YouTube channel. Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, over 600 videos on the YouTube channel. We got an active grant playlist with over 150 grant opportunities for you guys to take advantage of. So we're getting started with everything. Hope everybody having a fantastic Thursday so far. Hey guys, tax season been in full effect. We're nearing the deadline. If you haven't got your taxes done, make sure you reach out to us at Majestic Business Services. I'll get the contact information for, guys' number counted by profession. But if you haven't got your extensions or anything in right now, you can reach out to us. But your boy been full throttle for the past couple months. I'm wore out. My voice about damn gone. But my pocket's a little full.
My pockets are fat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? I ain't washing my clothes in the bathtub or nothing like that. We doing.
Say you ain't hanging it out on the line. You throw them in the dry.
Yeah, there you go. We doing all right. But man, we started talking about how to make six figures in a side hustle, working a job. A lot of times, people start a side hustle, a side business with several different thoughts in mind. Typically want to make additional income. They may have a passion or something that they like that they may want to kind of just step out and doing, or just even have the title of entrepreneur. You may have a dream or something like that. You're like, hey, let me give it a try. And money may not even be a aspect in it, but it's just like, shoot, let me just give it a try. Thought about it, want to look into it. Let me stick my toe out there and just see how it works and stuff. So whatever the perspective it is, a lot of it still come down to after you start making that commitment of everything as far as your time, feelings, heart, start rotating back to one thing, money. Am I making money? Because usually what happens a lot of times, depending on how hard your passion and stuff goes, whatever it takes is going to have some kind of cost associated to it. So, to keep that dream going, You know, either gonna come back from the business or out your pocket, some way, somehow. Just to keep that thing going. And so, over the years, you know, I've shared with people. I've been somewhat of a serial entrepreneur where I've started, stopped, sold, bought, totally damn lost different businesses over the years. So I got a lot of insight on, you know, running businesses and stuff like that. And I think I've been pretty okay with doing it. Been able to leave a nice job in corporate America. In the process with doing it, just to be doing things for myself. So I do want to share with people, you know, what I feel like is the best way to be able to make successful six-figure business while having a job. Because I think not only when you start the business, because you want more money coming in, but usually the issue come up is I got to try to work it around my work schedule. That's the thing that just hammers everybody else. You know, the work schedule and the family. And I think a lot of times people don't really realize how difficult that is. So I want to share that with you guys in regards to how you can kind of be able to, you know, be a master juggler, working both, trying to, you know, do that and stuff like that, and also keeping, you know, family and sanity in the mix as well. Okay, and what I'm going to do, kind of, guys, and share some of my stories from over the years of different businesses that I've done. How I was able to work it, if I did well with it, or if I totally effed it up, you know, just to kind of be straight up with you with certain things and stuff. And probably some stuff pop up in my head that I done did over the years also in regards to that. But again, we're discussing how to make six figures and side hustle while working a job. Again, the call-in number is 678-740-9894, 678-740-9894. Feel free to call in, guys, if you want to add to the mix, or if you got any questions in regards to, you know, your journey. If you're looking to start, if you already started, you have some bumps here and there, you have some successes, feel free to call in and share that with us tonight. The first thing, guys, I'm just telling you guys, when you start looking at, you know, you want to have a successful business in addition to having a job. The key thing I always push to people is you got to have a system in place. You got to have a system in place. Now, you got different views and people when they look at systems, and sometimes you've heard the word term before and like what that is, you know, and everything. But typically, when we start looking at the thing system, a system is, you know, really how everything can kind of function without you being there. You know, without you being there, or even you being there, how that operation is going to work. And that system needs to be encompassing if you are going to be functioning in the business, or if you're not there. However that machine going to work. And what happens a lot of times, people spend so much time in the building phase and not enough time in the planning phase, and a system is never crafted. And now, once the business comes, everybody get put in reactionary mode. So now you're sitting there like, damn, I ain't think about that, I ain't think about that. All the while, you got a damn job, which is your anchor, paying most of your damn bills, and you got this business while you're trying to figure it out. And that's why so many times small businesses fail, because, you know, lack of proper planning. They can say it's money. They can say it all they want, but a lot of times, if the plan was there, you probably knew you needed more money before you started. But because people have impatience, ignorance, and I mean ignorance, I don't mean in an insulting way, I mean it's just not knowing, but impatience, not sit here and take the time to learn, ignorance to a lot of things, and that non-access to capital. But again, a lot of that stuff can be alleviated or really mitigated if, you know, people take their time to learn stuff. You know what I mean? One of the first things I kind of look at, you know, Michelle, when, I don't know when it was, it's early 2000, I bought the salon. And I was a young dude, I had some money in my pocket. I go on Craigslist, I said, man, I want to get me a barber shop. So I was going in there trying to get barber shops, trying to find a barber shop, couldn't find it. Somebody said, look, we got a salon, selling salon for $2,000. Shit, let me call, see what the hell going on. Long story short, just to make it, I bought the salon, but it wasn't really $2,000. They were just behind in their damn rent. So I'm like, look, I don't pay no damn rent. I'm going to buy every damn thing, keep it going. You know, y'all can keep the face. I had an attorney draft the bill of sales and all that kind of stuff. That went fine with doing it. What happened to me was, in the short, I bought a damn salon, knew nothing about the salon business, and it just started hitting me right after one thing after another. You know, I didn't know you had to have an actual cosmetology license for the facility. I didn't know that you had to have That was the first time I bought a brick and mortar business. So I had to get all these damn different, all kind of inspections and all this stuff going. That was the first time I dealt with that many damn different women at a damn time. And they fussing about every damn thing but air.
Right.
And I mean, it was just so much stuff where I went into it just worrying about money and not thinking. And I hadn't crafted out what I said before, a proper system. You know, to my credit, I pumped the brakes before I got too knee deep in everything and just started planning and planning and planning and planning. And I was able to have that salon for 17 years where it was just pretty much just a machine working on its own. Able to put the proper, you know, getting in, how people get in from a security standpoint, be able to get into their suites because they were salon suites. I had a system in place where, maintenance guy was coming by on a monthly basis, checking the machines. Another guy come by stripping and waxing the floors. That was just my system for doing it. And keep in mind, guys, I do have a background. Got a master in supply chain, so I'm one of those Six Sigma fixing people. So, that's kind of my background in regards to being able to do that. My boy Nelson, what's happening, boy? Oh, sporadic. My dog.
Alonda Mormon. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Alonda Mormon on YouTube say hey.
What's happening now?
Claudia Harvey says hey.
What's going on now?
These are YouTube folks.
Okay, I appreciate you tuning in. My mom tuned in. Well, she came. Hey, I seen.
She come in late.
Hey, yeah. I got her.
She don't want to help you set up.
They got her a friend. They got her a friend.
Mom come in when she ready.
Yeah, Mama got her a friend. He keep her busy. She can't come in late. She go on my show after he leaves.
Right.
But nah, man. I once I was able to sit down and get that system in place, then everything could be able to work fine. And like I say, guys, when we start thinking about systems, you got to make sure that again the blueprint and the structures in place for that thing to properly function. And what I have not said yet is anything about the money. We're talking about how to make six figures, side hustle while working your job. The structure got to be together first.
Right.
And far too often people go in there for the money. Because I seen, we can go we just talking. People want to get a podcast. They want to start doing some taxes. They want to do that because they see the money. But they don't understand the system. The system makes the money. You know what I'm saying? The damn dream make a damn headache. And at the end of the day, like you start going into stuff driven by money, you got to make sure that, that if you can put things in the wrong place, you just vacuuming up money. Serious business, man. And so that's one thing I wanted to, let people know in regards to trying to have any kind of side hustle business that actually be successful. You got to start with that system. So we said we're going to start with a system. Again, now we're talking about how to make six figures in side hustle while working a job. Guys, y'all need to pay close attention to this, guys. And if you're coming in, remember, if you're looking at any of the other platforms outside of YouTube, go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and you can always see this video in its entirety. No matter what time, if you got to leave, come in late, or whatever, go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube and subscribe to the channel. You can check out the video in its entirety.
Charles Grimes on Facebook said, "Tell it like it is, my brother."
All right, appreciate you tuning in, bro. That's it. Just appreciate it, y'all. But when we start saying the system, and we just talking about it, the system is how we're gonna function this business, right? We gotta look at everybody got constraints, right? So the constraints I'm talking about is, how much cash you got. You got an endless supply. Do you kind of tight with doing it and stuff like that? How's your money coming in? What experience you got with this particular business? Like I said, I bought a damn salon. I ain't know shit about hair, man.
Right.
But I said that I think because I'm smart and I think I'm that dude, I can do it.
You got this.
Talk my ass. But I'm just saying that's the kind of thing, just being realistic of the actual knowledge you got about it. All these, we talking about the constraints. So you got to consider this kind of stuff. Not to stop you from doing it, but for you to kind of find ways to mitigate it, or just find ways. Okay, cool. I don't know. Let me call my cousin or a friend of mine that's been a beautician for a couple of years, worked in the business. Hey, I don't have a lack of money. Maybe I need to get a couple of investors. Maybe I need to hold off. Say, these kind of things you got to look at. So we're just thinking about the constraints. Before you start crafting that system, you got to look at your constraints. So we got cash, experience. The next thing, your responsibilities. What all you got to take care of? You got sick parents. Are you coaching? Are you part of different organizations?
Right.
My damn ass was doing all this stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I can share this with people. Be mindful of the responsibilities you have in your day-to-day life. How is it going to affect them? What's the priority? Can you put this side hustle that you're trying to get off the ground ahead of it? Or, is it going to be something that, you can kind of make a priority and share some of your other responsibilities? You can get maybe your spouse, family member, somebody to pick up the slack with some things you're not doing, right? The next thing is just family. You know how it is. Hey, that time.
That time. That family time.
Hey, boy, you coming home pretty late. And y'all know fellas, old ladies stay out all night long. You sure?
Don't let 1 o'clock hit you.
Yeah. Especially when you sitting there trying to grow something that's not making business initially.
Right.
Like, what the hell going on? You doing a lot of taxes, ain't making no money. So I'm just saying, kind of keep in mind, how solid, how supportive, all that kind of stuff. You might, if you got a volatile home life, I mean, all this stuff got to be taken into consideration. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to focus on something growing. Well, you already got a damn job. And you're trying to start something on the side and grow. You got to make sure a lot of other stuff is cool. You got to make sure a lot of other stuff is cool. Because you can dream all you want. If your situations in life ain't good, man, it ain't going to work.
Right.
It ain't going to work. That's why you see so many people, man, I'm going to do this. I'm going to create this. But they forget about, damn, I got this going on. I got to take my child to this appointment. Got to do this, that, and that. And that life. You know what I'm saying? And again, we're doing this not to make you, we're bringing this up not to stop you from doing it, but just make you aware of how you need to be thinking before you start going down this road. Your personal health. Do you got certain things going on where hey, listen, physically I ain't gonna be able to do it. I might have to focus on this, that, and that. You got to kind of take all this stuff into consideration, your health. And then the other thing, networking resources. Like, can you call people like I just mentioned in regards to you want to get the salon, but do I know people in the industry? I don't know too much about it. I want to start, I'm looking at, a video about rental properties and investing. Do I know anybody that's familiar with it, that I trust? That I trust, that's going to give me some game.
Magic word, right?
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, you can find all kind of people that are going to be trying to sell you shit and give you a fee for this and a fee for that. And I charge to talk. So I'm not tripping about for charging, but at the end of the day, it's very, very frightening to get out there and now you're trying to do something and you don't have like a core people that you can turn to. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm a big proponent in paying for expertise. I'm a big proponent in paying for knowledge. But what I am going to tell people, a lot of times you need to be very, very careful in regards to when you're trying to start things and people look a certain way. Remember, guys, I always tell you, make sure they're two things, credible and verifiable. Credible and verifiable. You can do your homework. You can check different organizations, LinkedIn, Better Business Bureau. Kind of get some kind of background to get some kind of validity on people, guys. But definitely you need to check state sites, see certain people or credential or whatever, or certified for certain things. But taking in that the capacity of network, that's very, very important because it's cool to be popular and know folks, but knowing the right people, that's it. That's right. It. So these are just a couple things you need to be mindful of. When you just make those constraints, that assessment in regards to you want to actually go out there and start your own thing. I mean, we're doing it. Again, we're talking about how to make 6 figures in the side hustle while working a job.
So let me ask you a question on the networking part, on the business. Like, say you start a salon, do you think it would have been good to go maybe work at a salon as an apprentice just for a couple of months just to see how it run? Maybe a good salon or somebody you knew with a salon. Just say, hey, I'm thinking about something like this, a barbershop. You didn't necessarily have to say a salon because then they'll think you're competing. But I need to see how this thing's not working. I come shadow you for a couple of days or something. You think that's a good idea, whatever the business may be. But if you have the opportunity to somebody who you trust, and you make us go shadow them and be like, hey, I want to know how to, build couches too, and that's what you do. Can you help me or show me or let me follow you on the couch building business? You know what I'm saying? Anything.
I think that'd been a great idea, but my stupid ass thought I was so smart that I knew enough that I didn't have to do it, and I had money in my pocket. Yeah, it'd been a great idea. But that's why I tell you all the time, man. People with money, you know, or smart people, are real stupid.
Right.
You know.
Right.
You have all these damn degrees and all this other stuff. You think you know every damn thing, but you don't. And after you lost some change here and there, now you got to sit here and, you know, common sense start kicking in. So now it's been a great idea. That's why you see so many people that can cook real good, that start restaurants, they fold because they know how to cook, but they know nothing about restaurant management. They know nothing about advertising. They don't know nothing about that whole the whole operation side where you actually, you know, how fast somebody needs to get in and out, get seated, how much of a portion of a plate, the cost per plate, the price. Now, they don't know none of that stuff.
Right.
But they know, you know, how to, you know, cook in buffets, grill, and all this other kind of stuff. Excellent cooks. But from an operation standpoint, marketing, advertising, managing, looking at costs and stuff.
How many employees they need that day?
None of that shit. None of it. And at the end of the day, I always say two things. You're going to pay for your education. You're either going to pay, you know, your ass sit down in front of somebody, or you know, you pay for somebody to come in there and fix it. Either way, it's gonna get paid.
Right.
And that was one of them things. I'm gonna be real with you, like you asking that question. There was a lot of things, but like I say, I was young. I don't even think I was 30 years old, man. When I did, I don't even think I was in my 30s. And I was young, had some money in my pocket. I had that. You know, I had that. They get it. You know, that dog. I always had the hustle and stuff, but. Definitely, I look back at it. You know, it would have been a lot of things I could have did in regards to get myself more seasoned to do that. And some of my businesses, I was smart to do that. Some I wasn't. You know, just be honest with you. But that's why I can be, you know, to that point, I can be straight up with people and tell folks, like, some stuff you need to get some kind of seasoning with, especially start investing capital. Fortunate enough for me, that particular business, the biggest thing that saved me with that business, where I was actually be successful early. I was savvy enough to be able to negotiate a food lease where, you know, because I'm still looking from the pooch brain, the math side, they charge this, they charge that. If I get this and I can get that. So to my credit, I knew what to look for to actually, you know, make sure the profit and all that stuff worked.
Right.
The detriment was I didn't know what the hell I was doing as far as running it. If that makes sense.
Right.
So no, that's a great question. A lot of stuff I could have did, and I always recommend to people to do that. The issue come up, like I say again, I was impatient, had money in my pocket, couldn't tell me shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have told me 10, 15 years in the game, you know, with what to do. Hey, Pooch, that ain't a good idea. I wasn't listening to them.
You weren't listening.
Yeah, I wasn't even 30, man. You know, again,
they trying to hold me back.
Yeah, because I was already making money with the tag business, and I had stuff going on and everything. So I'm like, okay, cool, let me do this. You know, just knew everything. But that's why I can be honest with people to tell you. Like I said, you know, if anybody can tell you, I can tell you. But that's why, you know, that is a great thing to do if you want to get into a business that you're not too familiar with, especially a lot of these folks right now in this food industry. Like,
I mean, even if you know the business, even if you know a little bit about the business, you probably, because when I had my real estate license and I was getting my brokerage license, I wanted to know how to flip houses, and that was way back before flipping was on TV. So that's when I started learning how to do stuff with the white guy. He was already flipping houses. And he was showing me the ins and outs and how to build and all that. And I was doing this every weekend. And this goes back to the family thing we was talking about. Family wasn't with it. I wasn't there on holidays and Mother's Days and all that. I was working with him on, you know, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, learning this business. And that put a wedge in between the family part. You get what I'm saying? So the success wasn't able to be obtained because I had family pulling me the opposite way. Like, you don't need to do that all the time. I'm like, yeah, I do. Like, this how we gonna be successful. This how we gonna retire at 45.
Yeah, there's a correlation between sacrifice and success.
Right.
You know, you got to put in some shit.
Right.
You know, to get there.
Sacrifice something.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Shit for free.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, TikTok.
You know, but real talk, I just think a lot of times people are like, well, you gonna do that? I get all the time. You gonna do taxes all the time? You gonna work all the day? I mean, if I'm gonna make the money I'm supposed to be making, I gotta do that. Right. Now I ain't gonna work like that forever.
Right.
But I do know what kind of commitment of time I gotta put in to make the certain numbers. You know what I'm saying? And that's just being real. But I would, man, that was a great question. I would always advise people when you want to go into endeavor into things that you aren't really familiar with. When I say familiar, people may, you know, you like to cook, you know how to cut hair, you know how to do hair, this, that, and that, but you aren't familiar with the actual business and depth working with it and stuff like that. I do think, you know, volunteering, part-time working and stuff like that and everything, I think it's a good damn idea. I think it's a good idea. Again, we're talking about how to make 6 figures in side hustle while working a job. Keep in mind, guys, I ain't saying nothing about, man, buy some fruitcakes or do this, that. I haven't said that. I'm telling you the proper way to do this, to structure everything, because you got a job. Remember, that job is your anchor. And you sitting there like, look, I'm secure here. You know, I've retired in about 10 to 15 years. I got money in my pension, but I want to start this other thing, want to generate money from it. And that, like I said, that may help you with your current bills. It may put you in a situation where you can leave your job. But you got to make sure that thing is right, because what you don't want to have happen is this damn side hustle that you done created has become a detriment or a headache, and it's affecting your family and affecting that damn job. And that shit happen all the damn time. People paying money from the job money is going to fund, not to start it, but just to keep this damn thing open. And that ship is just steady sinking the whole time. And in the process, you done lost your house, your car, your family, all kind of stuff, because this wasn't taken care of properly. So that's why I want to make sure that people understand, for you to make money with doing this, guys. And I ain't sitting there talking on top of hip. I done did every damn thing. I'm sitting here telling you. And that's why I say you need to make sure the other stuff is straight first before you go into it. I'm going to
say one more thing. And you were saying about how they you know, the family gone, the house gone, everything's gone, because you're trying to keep this business afloat. And I think that's when, and I don't think you have it on the list. I try to look on the list now before I say things, because usually you're going to get to it. You have to let that ego and that pride go, because a person will let a sink ship, a business sink, and the family sink, because they don't want people to say it wasn't successful. See, look, I told you. I told you wasn't going to be able to keep that going. You know what I'm saying? It's all... So they pride is like, I can't let this go, because people, what somebody gonna say about me?
That's a fantastic point, and even a lot of times, this is not tied to that, but kind of even with the experience factor. Kind of like a lot of times I see people, and again, guys, I get excited when people want to start their own business and want to go down the road of entrepreneurship. I love it, but a lot of times I see people, they'll do the ribbon cutting thing, they'll do a lunch party and all this kind of shit, and they're like, man, y'all folks on the wrong damn thing.
Right.
Y'all folks on, you know what I mean? But I get it. I understand how, you know, just to be happy that you doing something, I get it. But look, man, you finna go to war.
Right.
You finna go to war.
You got to suit up.
Yeah. So you know, your focus, you know, we're doing that, man. When you have a bump, because people can do that, and then a couple months later, a year later, man, what happened to the store? Man, what happened to, you know, the business you had? Oh, man, this, that, and that. But they just had the damn big blue ribbon and everything and stuff doing it. I'm not tripping on nobody, but that's why I say a lot of times you have to go through that stuff and get burned and all that kind of stuff. Like, look, that shit ain't important.
Right, that visualization.
Yeah. For everybody to know this, I'm doing this, I'm a boss, I did this and all that kind of stuff. Shit, like, you a boss, you ain't gotta sit here and tell folks. You cool with you. You cool with you, because, man, I told you before, and I go into a little later with that cleaning company, man, $30,000. Woke up one morning, $5,000 line of credit. No way to pay no damn payroll.
Right.
Scary shit in the world. So you can go from here to there, and you ain't did a damn thing wrong. Ain't did a damn thing wrong. So I want people to understand that. So a lot of times you got to kind of go through the beat up. Now, to your point, that ego and pride, if it's gonna hold you back, we're like, look, I messed up, but I ain't no mess up.
Right.
Let me do this again, because sometimes people that have failures and setbacks, they can't damn recover. And those are traits that are gonna damn you trying to be an entrepreneur, because you gonna. Stuff, it ain't if something happen, it's when stuff gonna happen and how you gonna react from it. So again, we're discussing how to make 6 figures in side hustle while working a job. So we just went over kind of the thing we were going about constraints. The other key component you gotta understand too is that when you're talking about having this side hustle, a key thing is you gotta make a decision if you're gonna be present or absent. Are you gonna be present or absent in doing it? Because a lot of times, I don't know what the hell it is. People, you listen to these videos and say, look, man, you can start a particular business, then you hire this person, hire that person, and, you know, you do that, they'll make that in a sale, and that shit sounds cool. But they don't be thinking about, you know, you hire these people, if they going to be coming in late, they going to be selling dope out your stuff. Man, I'm talking, they were pushing weed out my salon. They pushing weed. I go in there, I think they done did like a porn video or something like that. All this shit over the years. You know what I'm saying? I go in there, it smell like dank as soon as I walk in the salon. The fuck What's going on? I'm just saying, and I'm here trying to be absentee. I got, I'm telling you, and let it run itself and everything and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm thinking everything cloud nine, and you're not taking into consideration the human aspect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People, and when they know, you know what I'm saying, and I'm going through some similar stuff right now with my damn properties. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done backed off so long, now I'm sitting there like, shit, I've been off for too long. But that's why I can share with people what you need to watch for and what you need to keep your hand on while you're going through these processes. Guys, if you got any experience or any question about anything, feel free to call in 678-740-9894. Again, 678-740-9894. So we start discussing if you're gonna be present or absent. Certain things you got to make sure in place, especially if you ain't gonna be there. Because like I said, theoretically, if you're there, you're there. But if you ain't, you gotta be, understand stuff can go on, be clueless, and you can be unaccountable for a lot of stuff. That's why I said I can say that with the shop. I ain't know what the hell was going.
Say that with my favorite.
But that studio. I mean, like I said, man. But that's the thing about it. Last time I had a studio downtown, man, and like I said, man, I blew a lot of damn money doing that because my dog, my brother, he do some people.
Right.
I didn't know nothing, but dumbass had money. Dumbass had money, and I'm like, hey, yeah, man, we can do that too. It's like a good idea. Didn't know what the hell was going on. He wasn't doing nothing illegal, but he damn sure wasn't skilled at managing like I thought he was.
Right.
I didn't scrutinize it like I should have because that's my partner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He ain't gonna do me wrong.
Yeah, he ain't gonna do me wrong.
Him.
And I don't think he did me wrong, but I do believe, and I said this before, I wouldn't get the whole spiel, like what was what and everything like that. Now I don't necessarily know if he knew the spiel to give me.
So you gotta give him that.
Yeah, I gotta give him that, everything like that. But once you know me, man, I'm that captain. Once I see the ship sinking, I'm jumping overboard, baby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody said something?
No.
So those are the kind of things you gotta look at. When you're not there, you can lose interest easy with doing certain things, and you forget about stuff real quick. And what I mean by forget about stuff, like I said, I know I had a salon. I know I got rental properties. But shit, I'm thinking about stuff. Ain't no damn money. Hey, man, why ain't no damn rent got deposit? Why, you know what I'm saying? Not, like, man, I probably need to have somebody checking the checker. You know what I'm saying? Right. Or you going by, you drive by and stuff like that. And it's easy to forget this because you making money, you got a life, hey, you got a job and all this other kind of stuff. You forgetting about it. So remember I said, guys, remember for everything to be successful, it's got to have a good system in place. It's got to have a good system in place. And we think about systems, guys. Perfect example. You look at a system is a fast food place, right? McDonald's, Checkers, Miss Went, whatever. They're set on systems because those places always maintain a high value. Why? Because they can change hands 5 times in a week and nobody knows who the owner is because it's still the same system. The way they put in the orders, the way they cook the fries set on timers, the way they cook the burgers set on timers, the uniforms, the paper. The system is the system, right? That's it. You damn near have to, I don't know, that's why you hardly see fast food places unless they just, probably don't make sure they have proper trained people or, the wrong people that are working. But for the most part, fast foods don't really close down. Like I said, it's just usually a human issue more than anything. But they're solid on their systems. And those are the kind of things you want to have set in place because, again, if it can change from hand to hand to hand and everything keeps the same, it'll be great. But if you turn around and say, look, I'm going to open Poochie's fried chicken, and they like how Poochie come out there and rub everybody's back, and boy, that boy grown up and, just enjoying and stuff like that.
Right.
Poochie decides to sell it, Poochie gets sick, or Poochie move, the business immediately drops value.
I'm going to give you a good example. I'm going to give you a good example. Franchise, yeah, you're right. Saucer, it is franchise. McDonald's sells real estate, not hamburgers, see? That's the system. But, the Chick-fil-A, they were way up here at one point. Well, the original CEO, he's not there no more. I don't know if he passed away or just moved because he got older.
You said Chick-fil-A.
I don't want to say his name. Chick-fil-A.
Oh, okay.
We can all say, on my opinion, because I've been there, I don't have to say allegedly, on my opinion, their service was great, their food was great at one point. Now, it's a crapshoot. Because the same person's not running it. You got a different CEO who wasn't there from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Truett Cathy was there he started it. He made sure things were in place. And now, it's not the same.
That is one of the things that can happen.
Right.
When you say that you got certain standards and stuff set in place, those things are set. But let me, before I forget, the thing even with the they selling the burgers or the real estate, the system's still the system in regards to how it's gonna function. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing with your business, you got to make sure that structure is there. That thing is still running regardless, and it's set up to handle different situations. The system's still the system. People don't focus on getting that system. That system going will not bother your damn job. Mm-hmm. That system will not bother your family. Right. That system ain't going to bother your bank because the system is the system. And until you sit down and just stop, and man, let me just take some time. We're doing this, and let me start crafting out this system and stuff. And guys, I'm going to just tell you, if you're not familiar with it or with doing it, and I'm talking Chinese to you, man, you can find you some consultants. You can go on Fiverr. You can go on Upwork. We got a link for Fiverr in the description section of the videos. Man, you can get somebody to outsource you. But again, a lot of times people, when you start talking about, I got to pay this extra money, I got to do this particular thing, I don't want to spend that because they don't find value in it. I can do it myself. All the while, your account shrinking and shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, and your ass learning on the damn go. Guys, you got to make sure when you want to go down that road of you got this side thing going, you got to make sure everything's in place because again, it can easily turn to a damn headache. It can easily turn to a headache without you even really trying to do it. And the operation aspect, like I said, remember guys, you got to be thinking, can this thing roll with or without me? How am I looking at it and stuff? And when you start saying, okay, I'm not there, and you say, well, look, I want to have this person put in place for this, that person going to do this, and everything going to be great. You got to make sure that you got somebody checking that person and that person, and that's the thing about, I don't think a lot of times people be realistic about, because if you have experience in running those kind of businesses, run any kind of business, whatever, you'll know quick to get the proper people in place, you got to pay them. The good folks, you got to pay them. Mm-hmm. So you coming into it with money constraints and you got your brother, your wife, your son. You know what I'm saying?
Right. My Uncle Earl gonna take care of it.
Yeah, exactly. You got these fill-in people and stuff like that. It's gonna blow up on you. It's really gonna blow up on you, man. And a lot of people don't want to sit there and just be realistic about that. You just trying to keep them busy because they ain't doing nothing at the house. That's not gonna be the most wisest thing to do. You know what I mean? And so I just want really people to understand that when we start thinking about that whole aspect of it, when we say, well, people, be thinking. Can you pay these folks? Can you not pay them? Like that's the thing. Two components when you're looking at people in your system. Two components. Can you trust them? Can you pay them? Can you trust them and can you pay them? Okay? Y'all want to make this money with doing it? Because I promise you, if your system is in place, you're going to make money with this business. Anything outside, trust me. But we start talking about the people aspect. You hire for two things. Can you trust them? Can you pay them? And wherever you lacking at either way, if you can't trust them too much or you can't pay them that much, can you compensate the difference or whatever or the issue that may cause? You know what I'm saying? Can you compensate with doing that? What I mean by trust, can you have somebody check? If you say they ain't got enough money to pay people and stuff like that, can you spread it or minimize or restrict your production or whatever? If you're producing something, you're servicing something, whatever you're doing, you got to find ways to mitigate that stuff. But that people stuff, that's one of the things that can really hurt you because you only got two arms, you only got two legs.
Right.
Ain't so much shit you can do yourself. So if you got you a job and everything going, you'll understand very quick that you're going to be limited because you'll kill yourself.
Yeah,
and
you got so much time in the day.
Yeah, and the shit you start off to try to make money and be fun, now you mad because you don't start buying equipment, start getting leases and stuff like that, and then you stressed in. That ain't what you started for.
Right.
That ain't what you started for. And you killing yourself trying to keep it open because you try to do everything. It don't happen like that. It don't happen. So you gotta, like I said, people, ain't nothing wrong with stuff happening. It's something wrong by not addressing it. That's the thing about it. To your point, you brought about the egos and all the other kind of stuff. shit, people, stuff, stuff gonna go left all the time. How you adjust and how you fix it, that's the thing. Pump the brakes. Like, man, we can't stop. We gotta do this, that, and that. Bullshit. Because if you don't keep, it's gonna stop for you. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna slam one way or the other.
Exactly. When you ready or when you ain't ready. Right. So you still got to figure that out with that. Anybody got any comments, anything? I see the thing coming now.
Lion Lady Love says that her daughter-in-law interviews people for how it works. She works at the one on Buffalo. I think she's talking about Chick-fil-A.
Okay, cool.
The system for Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
She interviews people on the system.
Yeah.
When they want to start a Chick-fil-A. I think she says it costs $10,000 to start one.
Yeah.
So she teaches them that system.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And anytime you're just looking at any kind of successful franchises and stuff like that, we just talking about the basic operations and from the moment you hit the dough and all this other kind of stuff production. I think you learn a lot in regards to, hey, listen, as far as that people thing, as long as they got decent folks in there, it's plug and play. Mm-hmm. It's plug and play. Because if they follow the system, they'll be, efficient and make money. Mm-hmm. It ain't that difficult, and I'm probably a little more proficient than most folks because I was in the military. So, that's all we just structure. But what we lose is just probably the whole common sense aspect of the marketing and all this other kind of stuff like that, So that's where a lot of times people may be a little too rigid with certain things and not flexible enough to think about what they don't damn know. I mean,
We know it all.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
Nobody's going to admit what they don't know 9 times out of 10. Mm-hmm. We know it all.
I think about, just with when we talking about with the landscaping business, I had a pretty decent system in place where I was getting contracts and the landscaping and janitorial. I was able to get contracts and outsource them, and I was cool with the residual. Contract $5,000, pay you $3,500, keep 15. You got 10 of those, I'm getting $15,000 a month. God bless America. Mm-hmm. But the problem came up was, and the system was straight. I got Mr. Such and Such. He going to double check them, make sure everything good every night. I pay him a little bit, and I'm clearing out my money, make sure he paid fair, and that worked great. The market crashed with that 07. $30,000 line of credit go to damn $5,000. Shit, I ain't got no money to pay nobody. Yeah, ain't no damn.
They needed a check, huh?
Shit.
You had to figure it out. But that's
boy, those were real times. But I learned a lot, and that's the thing about it. Where I say, when things happen, you got to make sure that you're able to pivot and adjust. Mm-hmm. Okay, so when you sit there and look at these particular things, then this money's coming in. When we get into the end, guys, I actually give you guys insight in regards to how you should be looking at it from a mathematical standpoint. But keep in mind, when you actually get in business, again, a lot of folks can sit here and just give you ideas and stuff like that. They'll say things, but they ain't gonna never tell you how to do it. And that's the difference. They'll tell you, well, you can do this, you can do that. But they ain't gonna say they did the shit.
They ain't right.
Hell no, they ain't never did it and stuff like that. Because for order you to be successful, man, you gotta be done, messed up a lot of stuff.
You gotta be done it. You have to be able to say you've done it and this is what you shouldn't do.
Hell yeah.
Lion Lady Love said she used to want to start a tow truck business, but she couldn't find anybody to trust, anybody that she could trust. She said starting a business, it takes risk.
Hey, starting a business take risk. The thing of it is, I always say to people, and that's why I say I'm very passionate about entrepreneurship, and I'm very passionate about helping folks. The way we give all this damn free information out is that what I don't want people to do is live a life of regret. I wish I had I should have tried this, that, and that. Mm-hmm. And you get to that point in life where you really, financially, age-wise, you can't do it.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with trying it, and if it didn't work, you do want to make sure you gave it a good shot. But ain't nothing wrong with, hey, it didn't work out. At least I tried.
At least I tried.
And I'm a very big proponent of that. Just try it and stuff like that. But be realistic of the commitment and the shot you gave. Mm-hmm. Be realistic about that. You know what I'm saying?
If you only gave 40%, just know you're going to get 40% worth out of it. That's about it.
Or less. All that more than likely gonna be less than that, because you get 100% and still get 80.
Right.
So that's the thing about it. A lot of times I just want people to understand that, because it's scary, it's frightening, It's all that kind of stuff. And I think people, your fear of not trying should be greater than your fear of failing.
Right.
Just be smart. But when you be greedy, you be impatient, that's when everything just go left. That's when everything go left.
You think a lot of times when people start businesses, let's just say CPA, like you're a CPA, see you successful in the tax business, the first thing they say, well, shoot, if Poochie's successful at it, I know I could be successful at it. I'm finna start it too. And don't even reach half the success that you have.
Everybody,
and then they be...
Everybody mama doing taxes now.
You get what I'm saying? Like, then they be like frustrated, mad, upset, hurt, angry, because they can't figure out the formula. They don't know what the formula is. Instead of just saying, hey, Poochie, I want to start a tax business. You think I can shout to you or help or work with you or help you out free of charge and see how we can figure this out? You know what I'm
saying? That's been done, and I done help people over the years, and I have people come in, stay for a little bit, think they got it, and they go out and it don't work out. Mm-hmm. The thing you gotta understand is that when you good at what you do, you make the shit look easy. Mm-hmm. And so that's what happens a lot of time. When you doing okay, it looks easy. Mm-hmm. But then when you step back and start looking like, damn, he doing all that, she got all that going on, how the fuck you do that, how you do that? But that's the thing, that's that secret sauce. And a lot of people can't craft that out. You know, because a lot of, I hear it all the time, man, you got to do all that? You want all that? Yeah, that's what you got to do. But once you get everything in a certain situation, you okay.
That loud thunder in Line Lady Love is Poochie tapping on the table.
Oh, my fault.
That's the loud thunder. Continue.
Oh.
Say, y'all hear that loud thunder?
I apologize. What's up, Stephanie? What's going on? Yeah, I think a lot of people miss that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And but you should always try to do certain things. It's always gonna be risky. It's always gonna be scary with doing it. But again, when you want to sit here and just craft certain things out, you got to get that structure in place. You got to get that structure in place because again, the easiest thing. I get a hey, sweetie, appreciate it. Oh,
he ain't the only. He ain't the. Why he throw some black folks in? He ain't the only man in here doing this podcast.
That's my dog.
I just
and I thought Lav had calmed down after all the cougars he disrupted last week. That was fun, Lav.
Right.
When you start a business, it's gonna be absent. It's most dangerous because the ideal option is when you start a business up, side hustle period is just your availability, and people got to make sure that they can actually be able to either be available or have certain things in place for them to be able to do that. Some of the pros and cons when you start looking at if you're available or not available. Some of the things you can look at if you are present in the business, you can see what's happening, you can give instructions, you can be accountable by what's going on. Some of the things, if you trying to be over there over people, you can be imposing. People can feel like you micromanaging. You can kind of upset the culture. Because if I own a painting company, like I got the funds together, cool, I done started me a painting company. I ain't moving no brush. But I got, I feel like I done got some seasoned guys, they good painters. But I just walk in like, hey man, y'all done. They might got a way that they do things.
Right.
If I say it's done, got to be done by 5, look, they'll get it done by 5.
But they got their ways to do it.
Exactly. I walk in there at 3 o'clock. What the hell going on? I done threw every damn thing off.
Not yet.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so you got to make sure that when you want to be present and stuff, how you can affect that culture. Some of the cons of being that. I'm sorry. That was the cons of doing that. Then you shift to looking at, just say if you want to do the absentee standpoint. Then that mean like, okay, I'm just the owner and I got the barbershop, I got a salon and everything and stuff like that, but I ain't really present. You got the freedom to flourish and do other opportunities. You feel like you can move and do certain things. You can make decisions and stuff like that. You don't have a lot of the day-to-day stress to know what's going on, so you feel okay. I own these rental properties and stuff like that. They making money and stuff like that. You're not getting no phone calls. So you got a property manager and stuff. You feeling good. The negative side of that, you just don't know what the hell going on.
Right.
So now you trying to sit here and trying to figure it out. you may forget it exists, and all kind of stuff can happen with it.
Yeah, that's something right there.
Yeah, and it happens all the time.
You forget your business exists.
Like I said, I'm going through some stuff right now with these damn. I done been hands off with them damn rental properties, and a lot of stuff I'm damn near like, what the hell going on? What's going on and stuff like that. And I'm really blaming myself because I wasn't really present or really being active and stuff like that, putting too much trust. Don't mean nobody done wrong, but it definitely mean my ass should have been on top of stuff better. And I can be honest about that, you know. Ship ain't sunk, but hell, I done put myself in a funky ass spot.
Right.
With a few things, man. So that's why I say you got to be very careful about that. And a couple things, what I do want to go over with you guys, just a couple things to think about in regards to, you know, different businesses. I was thinking about with the tax business that I have. I've been in business with 21, 22 years. And that's my main anchor. What I did, I can look at just, you know, we started talking about how to make 6 figures on the side business. And guys, the biggest thing I wanted to hammer before I started running my mouth about my stuff was that system. If you got the system in place, there are things and stuff I can tell you can add to it that can increase the revenues and stuff like that. And that's kind of like with the tax business. I started that off, you know, that was my main thing was going it. What changed a lot of stuff with the tax business was I learned how to scale. And that's what we started talking about, where we, you know, having a system in place. Because my system was my system. I run pretty much a mostly virtual tax business. I used to be brick and mortar when I was in my 30s, 20s, and 30s when I had energy. But, you know, as technology advanced, I went more virtual and mobile. So, you know, and it's not public information, not private information. So just say a basic return $350. I do 60-40 split. Person key 210, right? I get 140. A person do 10 taxes. I get 1,400. I got 10 people do that. That's 14 grand. You know, God bless America. I'm breathing. So those are the kind of things you said. The system is still what? The system. I got a person in place to make sure nobody ain't doing no damn fraud taxes to check them. Then I got another person to check them. The system is what? The system.
Line Lady Love, I'll ask him about that at the end of the show.
Okay.
It was a tax question.
Okay, cool.
IRS tax question. I'll ask him at the end of the show.
That's cool, but that's why I said the system is still the system. It took me years of effing this up, messing that up and stuff like that. I'm not talking nothing about that form or this form, but I'm talking about just the straight structure of the business. Where people can do that. I got people to check one person, check another person, training mechanisms in place, and damn near everything, you know, it's a machine running by itself, right? The actual forms and stuff like that's a different thing. But we talking about having those systems in place where looking, you can have that. Now you start looking at it just like with the cleaning business, what I was saying. $5 grand contract, lab getting 35, I get 15, I got 10 on, I'm getting my 15 grand.
Right.
I mean, and that's it.
That's it.
That's it. And when I say all that, guys, I'm not saying start off with doing that. You got awesome point Lab brought it again. Learn what the hell you're doing. Learn how to manage one. But once you start learning to scale, and that's the difference where you talk about now we're making 6 figures and I got my job in place. Because I got all the systems in place, it's not affecting my job. Because I'm going to work every day, this, that, and that. I might have a meeting once a week with this guy, another meeting with this guy next week, and everybody checking each other, and we good. And I'm checking my bank account. And that's the thing we got to have in place. We're doing that. And far too often, we start off thinking here instead of thinking here and here and here and here. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think mess up a lot of folks. Man, they want to get, you open up the restaurant doing good, man, we're going to open up another location. Shit, did you really get this down first?
Right.
I want to, yeah. You know, I got my trucking business, you know, doing good. I'm going to go buy 2 or 3 more trucks. Bro, did you really get that one down? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and you want to have some kind of, I understand seeing, you know, trend or peaks and stuff going, but you do want to have some kind of sustained success before you kind of do that, along with that experience of knowing the experience of how to handle adversity, where to do that. A lot of times people don't spend time trying to figure that one out. Another thing I was just, you know, we started talking about trying to, you know, generate that kind of money. You know, I brought up the whole thing with that damn studio, which was a damn nightmare. I went in there with that same thought process. We can do this and charge that and get all that kind of stuff. But I was oblivious that most artists don't like paying no damn body. And they just want to get high there all damn day.
Right, and just sit and make music all day.
Exactly.
And make rap songs and art and stuff and don't pay nobody nothing.
Man, that shit was a waste of damn money.
Right. And
you sitting there, all that kind of things. So again, this is what I'm saying applicable. I had a system, but I was ignorant to the human aspect of it. I was ignorant to it, like, because I'm thinking that whole thing, same thing with my nerd ass, plug and play. We can put this person in, and that stuff will work, but that's not how that was going. How it was working, dog.
Right.
And I'm steady spending money and everything like that. I go in there, it's like a damn 420 fest.
And then the first thing they ask you is,
who are you? My shit.
Who are you? Oh, I'm sorry. Right.
You know, that shit got me damn thinking. But you know, even with that, one business, like I say, was okay for I think people. You know, when you're looking at was the vending business. We're doing that. The only issue was just the vending. You know, you can be hands on. Mine pretty much was hands on, but it was limited growth because I ain't feel like dealing with it. So now I'm getting late. Candy getting old in the machine. Shit sticking to each other. And you know what I'm saying?
You ain't had the worst vending machines in Atlanta, did you?
No. It's just when you know where you got a spot at, how long. Then when you don't spend bought that damn candy, you damn near like, look, I don't want to waste my money. You know it can't stay in there for so long.
Right.
But shit, like I said, you on the other side, this shit ain't cheap.
Right.
Cause machine ain't pulling in there, but probably depending on what you got, like you got a little bubble going, they might be making you about grossing in probably $100 a month, $120. You know what I'm saying? Cause a quarter. Those soda machines a little different. We're doing that, but again, you know that's all about location. But you got to still be realistic about what you can and can't do. Guys, the system is still the system. If you want to make the money, focus on the system. If you don't know how to create a system, you can book me. You can go on Google. You can find somebody that can help you craft systems. If your system ain't tight, the shit gonna come back. You don't know, because that's the thing about it. I think people spend so much focus like on the delivery or the product, and not enough focus on the math. 1 + 1 = 2.
Right.
Not -3. So you sit there and like, look, man, you know the math ain't working, and far too often people skip the math for it. Because
Mama came in.
What's up, Mama? Guess he done left.
908. She
came
in.
Hey, Mama. Mama leave one company.
Hey, Pooh, love you. And I think she gone again.
Yeah. He like, come on, get on the phone, get out there with your son. God, dog.
Mama used to be first.
Man, boy, they got my mama all tied up. Golly, boy. Man, damn. You know, well, real quick, I want to give guys, if you are looking to do that, like I said, make sure you find somebody. If you have issues crafting out a system, make sure you can outsource, get somebody. We do consulting work, we can do that. But you can also go on the Upwork, which is a freelance site, and also Fiverr. I got a link to Fiverr in the description section. You can hit that link to go in there. You can find somebody that can help you do that as well. Some ideas and just some business you can do, absentee ownership, that probably don't bite you that much. You know, you can get you a touchless car wash. But right now, in this damn day and age, everything's digital. Those new car washes, what they just run you through, they so damn expensive. The days are old. We can pull up. You do still have people that like doing that, but again, they're just tight with that.
Is they giving out grants for car washes? Because just in this area alone, there's got to be 52 car washes doesn't open up. Like literally every corner, there's a new car wash opening up, and I'm thinking to myself, if they do their due diligence and do they, do the due diligence and see the per capita income over here, that many car washes is not going to be sustainable. But that's just me.
They probably got some kind of research we don't, and I would say this too, lad. The flip side of it is, I don't know how. I can just sit here and say, well, I might go once or twice a month or whatever, do this, that, and that. I'm pretty sure they got some kind of data to say, okay, how many cars go through and everything. They may cover out, because somebody paying a dub, $30, car wash, X amount go through a day, week, whatever. It may be profitable. I don't know with doing it. But the touchless ones, that's a good investment. I think somebody want to do, but I think right now, I don't necessarily know that'd be good in Atlanta. It may be better somewhere rural with doing it. Again, you don't need a lot of human capital, but still gonna need somebody to come by there and check on it. Another one would be like a laundromat, and everything. You don't necessarily got to be there, but you can just have somebody there, get the system in place. Somebody there, make sure if something break down, monthly maintenance. Somebody come out clean your flows, this, that, and that. Everything still revolves around the system. The system got to be in place. That's the thing about it. Guys, you can't avoid it. Somehow, some way, it's going to come back and bite you in the butt. And mathematically, guys, we start talking about making 6 figures. Y'all know them numbers, guys. You just got to make $8,300 a month. You want to make $100,000, that's 83, maybe a little bit more a month. 2,083 a week, and almost 300 a day. That's all you got to do.
300 a day.
You know what I'm saying?
I can make that in the DoorDash.
Oh man, come on. Them girls up at Blaze.
Right.
Magic City, there you go. They doing it, huh?
You need to take me some of them classes.
But in all seriousness, guys, if you start breaking it down and running it, I think getting those numbers won't be as that difficult. You can start talking about if you got 4 hustles, you make $2,000 a month between each one. You got 3 hustles, you make $2,700 with each one of them. 2 of them, you got to make $4,100. And I'm only saying this to say you don't have to have everything crafted from the same thing. But once you got the system in place, and then you start scaling it, and scaling it, what I mean, now you got people in place working, and they're doing those numbers. It ain't hard to get to. It ain't hard to get to. I don't have to give you no secret sauce or anything like that. The problem come up is the shit I'm saying is boring a lot of time, and people want to skip over it and do it the way they want to. And they say, they got all these damn bills and debts and shit, but the business they try to start.
I thought you were going to tell us how to start a business for $10 and make $100,000 in 30 days. You ain't say none of that.
Nah.
Because that's the going rate right now on YouTube.
Nah, I ain't
you trying to give us the legitimate way. Put on that.
Nah. I'm going to tell you the right way. And what we're doing, like I said, in the most attractive or sexy way, but it's going to be the right way we're doing it. Like I said, 2 things, the system. If I get that system locked in, and then just scale it from there. And scale it just, adding your people in place and stuff. The math going to be the math. Guy, like I said, if you have issues with kind of crafting everything, just outsource, have somebody help you get everything initially started up. From that point, you can roll it. You trying to do it yourself and everything like that, you're on a pathway to disaster. You're on a pathway to disaster. How many people got that PPP disaster money? They're not necessarily already established in business. Started some shit up, and that shit gone. Because they didn't have a system, they had experience, all this stuff in place. The people that had legitimate stuff that was already running, got it, used it, shit been forgiven, and all other kind of stuff, and now they're in a position where they're doing this, because they can scale up bigger. You just got to be patient and make sure you got stuff done the right way. So with that said, guys, hope you enjoyed my block.
Whoa. I got a question.
No, I ain't finna wrap it up. I'm just saying that was my block. In regards, outside of what we're talking about, no, I'm gonna open it up. So that was, pretty much everything in regards to, how to make 6 figures and side hustles while working a job. I hope the information helped you. Feel free, guys, with the contact information is in the description section of all the videos. So definitely you can go back and reach out to us. You want to book an appointment, you can go from there. But also, if you go back, if you came in on the tail end, go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube and check out this video in its whole entirety. With that said, I'm going to open up the floor. So if you got any questions in regards to business, grants, taxes, anything like that, I'm going to open the floor for you guys to ask me anything you want to right now.
Lonely Love 2 says that she wanted to ask you, what do you think about people finding out they have money with the IRS telling people to check on it? So I guess they have missing money, and the IRS is telling them they need to check and see if they got money with them still sitting somewhere. She said she saw it on the news.
Well, more than likely what it is people ain't filed their taxes and they got refunds, and they ain't filed their taxes. Because what happened is some things will fall in where because they don't keep track of your kids, but just say they know how much money you paid, and they can look at just trends of how you've been filing. So in their system, you maybe do a refund.
Okay.
Now you file, it may be a whole different stuff.
Right.
We're doing it because in their system it's looking like for the amount he's normally been filing single, he pay X amount of dollars in taxes. If he files, typically he'll probably get some money. You know, that's what those are just guesstimates because again they don't know, you know, the unreported income and things like that. So, but they're sitting on it. And, you know, that money's accruing and things like that. So that's just all that's just saying we're doing with that. You do have instances people haven't filed and they probably going to be due a refund. But the vast majority of people that haven't filed in years, they probably know they got something, you know, probably they're going to be wanting money from them. And that's why that happened. But it does happen. But it's just more so they're looking at past filing data to just see, okay, they're just guesstimating that with doing that. But again, once you file and you submit information that they don't have, it may be a whole different story.
It might add up.
Yeah. Or there are instances where people did file, they will do a refund. It got sent to a bank, wrong. Got sent to a bank. Some of the data on the information was wrong. Got sent back to the IRS. IRS mailed a check out to that particular address. Check now we got cash and it's sitting in there. That happens too. But I won't say they rare instances, but that happens. But those are situations where like, hey man, you never got your money and stuff like that. Now more like your ass ain't forgot you ain't got it. You just can't get nobody on the damn phone.
Right.
You know, but those are, you know, instances with that. They just more so saying like, you know, we're looking at trends, how people have been filing in the past and saying, look, we ain't got anything from them, we just holding his money. So that's typically probably what they're saying with that.
Okay. Slick said, what about the $1,400 they giving people back?
What 1,400?
I don't know.
I'm not familiar. Well, I'll look into it.
Then Lady Lila wanted to ask one more question about this. She said, whatever happened to your studio? She said, because her son's a music producer. Maybe she wanted to buy it.
Well, the issue with the studio was that we just didn't have things in place. We had producers, we had engineers and stuff in there working. The issue comes up, most artists don't have money. Or they start my artist shit real. So, you know, again, you know, you have, I think you know, I'm going to be honest with you. Even though you just look at the culture, it just kind of espoused that, hey, damn near all the rappers are drug dealers and stuff like that. I'm going to be honest with you. That's probably who the hell I only can afford to pay continuous studio and recording time and engineering and mastering. That's probably who can afford to pay that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just being honest with you. Because it's not the cheapest thing to do. Now, you can do things yourself and, you know, you can do things. The difference is now, you know, these kids have from a technological standpoint, they got access to a lot more stuff they can do. But it's still not the same. You got, you know, a cold-ass engineer can mix and master everything tight, you know, sounds and all that kind of stuff. There you go. But damn, they're like, you know, just, you feel like sitting there talking to you. But again, the most artists, they ain't gonna have the money to pay for that kind of stuff. And if you have a connection probably with a record label or something like that where they sending people to you, that's probably the best route. I can just give advice to do that. You have probably some kind of locked in, guaranteed thing. But that's why me personally, to Lav's point, I would spend a good damn chunk of time, make sure I got connections of people that will be referring me, sending me business before I start trying to lock in. Now, if you already got that, cool. You know, it's one thing to know how to do something. It's another thing not to know who the hell gonna come to me.
Right.
You know, that's probably the thing that I look at. You know, not enough people put, you know, time into. Like I said, not I know how to mix and master, but if I don't know nobody gonna come deal with me, it's not gonna, you know. And that's why I have a lot of time with people in the tax business. They know tax, they accountants and stuff like that, but they don't know how to get out there and hustle and get that money up. And so it bites you in the butt.
Right.
It bites you in the butt. Was there anything else?
No, they was asking Slick what 1,400. They want to know what that 1,400 at.
You throwing me off with that one, but I know I can look at it. Let me know. You know, as always, I look it up. Sexy Red Bones is teach me how to flip some money quick. Okay, now this is 2023, not 1995. So it's called Cash 3. $3 quick pick.
Right.
That's how you want to fix some money, get some money, and fix it fast. Oh boy, I wish I could tell anybody. You can just rub that genie out the lamp and holler Shazam.
That's it.
And get that money, but hell, you know. And I will say this, fast money ain't really the best money because a lot of time people rush stuff and make mistakes they can't necessarily recover from trying to get something done so quick, you know. So I would advise, again, people take your time, get seasoned, get informed, and you know, move from there. Be methodical, you know, be patient and stuff. Wrong one built in one day, and your damn bank account ain't either. That's you right. know. So if you can do that, excuse me, I think you'll be okay. Check out the video I did the other day. I did a live feed where the Social Security fund had stated that they may be depleted. No, I'm sorry, not depleted. They may cut some of the Social Security benefits by 2034, which is like damn 10 years away from now. Mm-hmm. Because some of the funds they're projected may be depleted, so they may have to cut some of the percentage. It was almost like a fifth that they were looking to cut down certain percentages. But I gave a good insight and explanation in regards to retirement planning. You can check out a video I did before in regards to how to plan, how much money you need in retirement. Well, I did a good breakdown on that. You know, I'm just thinking off the top of my head with that. Also, guys, I just released today, and we got another one coming tomorrow. 2 different grants, $40,000 grant opportunities. The one released today was for women of color, a $20,000 grant, and the ones that are going to be released tomorrow is for black women-owned businesses. That's another $20,000 grant. Both of those grants, the deadline application is, I think, the end of April, but I think both of them renew. They have different cycles in regards to each quarter they come up. But definitely go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. That's one video released today, and another going to be released tomorrow. That's $40,000 and grant. Your sisters, you got your business out there and stuff like that. Go to the YouTube channel, apply for them grants. Also, like I said, take care of Advantage. We got over 150 grants on the YouTube channel. You got to read. Got to read. Everybody will inbox me. What is it? Damn it, go look.
Right.
You know, it's there.
It's right there.
I don't spend all that damn time recording it. She just look at it.
Check it out.
What was this? Something else I wanted to bring up. Tax season isn't over. If you have any issues in regards to filling out your tax forms, I got videos in regards to how to fill out certain tax forms, so that's there. Also, I'm going to have within the next week, I did another break. I done shows on that before from the LLC, S Corp, C Corp, but I've made videos breaking down exactly what a LLC is, the pros, cons, tax benefits, operational benefits. So I'll be releasing those within the next week. Just got to get through tax season, y'all. You know, it's been a little rough on me and stuff. We've got a lot of great information. So if you haven't, please do go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. That's the main hub. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to get a notification each time we upload a new video. And best of luck with y'all, man. Anybody else got any questions or anything? We good to go? Mm-hmm. Good to go. Good. Look, I love y'all, man. I appreciate all the love and support and everything. You know where to go. You know, check out more great information just like this and stuff. And I'll see you soon. Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, man. I'll talk with you guys soon. Take care.